Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about visitor visa for Canada. This will be a step-by-step guide how to fill visitor visa on behalf of parents. We'll cover two things in this video. First, I'll show you how to fill the visitor visa form, and after that, we'll show you the list of the documents that you need to upload. Let us get started. First, I need you to type canada.ca on Google, enter, and select the language. Scroll down and I want you to click on Immigration and Citizenship. Scroll down and I want you to click on Visit. Scroll down. Since we are applying for a visitor visa, we'll click on Apply for a visitor visa. Over here we have supporting documents list. I'll show you these documents and I'll tell you which one you need to upload. But for now we'll click on Apply. Scroll down. This is the question it is asking, why are you applying for a visitor visa? So we are applying on behalf of our parents. So our purpose is to unite with a family member. You can look at these list and you can select accordingly. We'll click on get instructions and then we'll click on yes, I want to unite with a family member. And now we'll click on how to apply for a visitor visa through the IRCC portal. Scroll down. If you already have an account on IRCC portal, you can directly sign in. If not, you can follow me and click on sign up and apply. So if you are applying for a visitor visa for yourself, you can click on the first link. However, if you are applying for a visitor visa on behalf of somebody else, for example your parents, you can click on the second link. So we don't have any application in process. I'll click on no. Now I will click on get an IRCC portal account. So here we will need to type our email address and confirm it. And then we will click on get invitation code. Now we'll copy the invitation code that we have received and we'll click on continue to the IRCC portal sign up page. The code that we have copied, we'll paste it over here. We'll give our email address. We'll create a password. We'll confirm the password. And now we'll give our surname and then we will give our given name. So let us assume my surname is Smith and my given name is Dan. And then we need to give our telephone number and then sign up. So now you may have received a verification code on your email. So you need to check that verification code on your email. So the email will look something like this. We'll need to copy this code. Need to come back and paste it. Confirm. So the email and password that we have created, we need to log in with that. Sign in. So read all the terms and conditions and accept it. So we are applying for a visitor visa. Therefore, we'll click on apply for a visitor visa. Again, scroll down, read all these, and remember that once you start the application, you need to submit it within 60 days period. Acknowledge it and start the application. So this question is asking you if you are applying for more than one person at the same time. So I'm applying for my parents, for my father as well as mother. So yes, I'm applying for more than one person. But if you're applying just for yourself or if you're applying only for one person, you should select no. I'm selecting yes since I'm applying for my father as well as my mother. They are my family. So I'll select over here family, the type of group that applies to your situation. And then I'll create a name for the group. I'll call it family itself. And then I'll save and continue. So I'm starting this application on 16 January 2023. I have 60 days left to submit it. And then this is the application that I need to click on continue and fill it. So this will be for my father. so this application will be for my father. If I have to add for another person, I'll click on add member, and then I can give my mother details as well. For now, I'll be filling it for my father, so I'll click on continue. And then once we complete and the application for our father, we'll come back to this section. We'll click on add member and update the detail for our mother as well. For now, let us update it for my father. Continue. So I'm applying for this visitor visa. So I'll mention visitor visa, and I need this visitor visa so that my parents can visit me for a period of less than 6 months. So you read all these, and I will be selecting this one, to visit other family who are not listed above or friends for less than 6 months. Now this question is asking you why your parents are visiting you, and you need to mention the dates also. So it could be for multiple reasons. Your parents could visit you if you are graduating. So if for that a special moment they could visit you, or if you have a newborn child, they could come to see that. It could be for many reasons. Depending on your situation, you should write this answer. Also note that you need to mention the date. So in my case, my parents will be visiting me from 1st August till 1st September 2023. Next question, we need to mention the date. So my father is visiting me on 1st August 2023. And he will be visiting me till 1st September 2023. So if you have this identifier, you can type it. Most of us will not be having it, and this is optional. Save and continue. So this is the list of the documents that you will need. So over here it is mentioned a passport and a letter of invitation. So you will be typing this letter of invitation for your parents. And these are the information that you need to update in this form. So have them ready. And now we can continue the application. So this is an important question because it is asking if you are applying on behalf of someone else. So I am filling this form for my father, therefore I am applying it for someone else. Yes, I am applying it for someone else. If you are filling it for yourself, you should type no. This is asking me, am I an authorized paid representative? No, I am not an authorized paid representative. So if you're a family member, friend, or third party who doesn't charge a fee, then you are not an authorized paid representative. So they are my family in relation to the person you are helping, family member. So this question is about the representative, information about the representative. I am the representative here, so I'll type my name over here and not my father name. So my name is Smith, surname is Smith, and my name is Dan. I'll give my telephone number, and I'll give my mailing address. So if you want to manually input the address, you can click on this link and you need to mention the address manually. However, if you can search for your address on this by typing on this also. If you can find it over here, you can select it. If not, you can manually input the address. Scroll down and give your email address. Let's say this is the address. Confirm it. Save and continue. So now this part, they are asking the information about the applicant. Applicant in this case is my father. I am a representative. I am filling it on his behalf, but my father is the applicant. So this detail will belong to my father. I'll give his surname over here, and I'll give his first name and / given name over here. Let us say his surname is Smith and his name is Adam. His date of birth, let us assume it is in 1970. You need to give your parents' information over here. He was born in, say, January 1st. He is a male. And then I'll click on save and continue. So this is about the type of travel document. He has passport, which is regular in nature. So according to your own situation, you can select the answer. For most people, it will be regular. The passport is from India, and nationality on passport is India. This is asking for your passport number. So let us say this is his passport number, and we will confirm the passport number. Now this question is asking about the date of issue of passport, which will again be mentioned on your passport itself. Let's say it's 1st January 2020. After that, you will need to mention the date of expiry of your passport, which will again be mentioned on your passport itself, 1st January 2030. Scroll down, these details are of your father. So now we need to answer some of these questions. So this is asking if he has a valid green card. No, my father does not have a valid green card. No, he has never held a Canadian visitor visa in the past 10 years. No, he does not currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa. And yes, he will be flying by air to Canada. We'll click on save and continue. So this question is asking again about the applicant details. So he was born in India. He was born in Kolkata. This is the city information that you need to provide. And no, he is not a citizen of more than one country. So if this question is basically asking if he holds dual citizenship. No, he doesn't. So once you mention once you answer this question, you will get this question, and this is basically asking which country he is citizen of. So he is Indian citizen. And this question, if you click on this link, citizen since birth, so your birth date, your father birth date will appear over here. So I am a citizen of this country or territory since birth. This is about my father, and my father date of birth has appeared over here. If you are not a citizen since birth, then you need to manually type. You shouldn't select this one, and then you need to manually type your date of birth, your father date of birth, I mean. Click on save and continue. Yes, my father has a valid national identity document. Again, this is the keyword applicant. So this information also should be of the applicant, which is your father in this case. And this document number for Indians, you can type your Aadhaar card number over here. Let us assume this is his national identity number. Confirm this number, and we'll need to mention the date of issue of national identity. For Indians, this date of issue would be mentioned on the enrollment card when you received the Aadhaar. This document was issued by India. We'll click on save and continue. No, my father has not used another name in the past. If your father has used another name in the past, you should select yes, and then you may need to give details. For example, if you click on add, you will need to give his previous name, click on previous name and give his last name and first name over here. So my father has never used another name, so I'll click on no, save and continue. So this is about the residence. So his country is again India. His address is this. It is in Kolkata. And then you need to mention postal code. So this question is asking you if the mailing address is same as the address that we have just mentioned. In my father case, it is same, so I'll select yes. If it is different for you, you can select no. and if you select no, you will have to give the mailing address. For me, for my father, it is yes. Now this question is asking in the past 5 years where your father has lived. An important thing to note is that it should be for more than 6 months. So my father has stayed for the past 5 years in India itself. So I will click on add. I'll select India. His status in India, he is a citizen and he has been in India since birth. So I'll type 1970 January 1, and this is where he currently lives. So I just wanted to quickly tell you something. So suppose if he has lived in another country also for say more than 6 months, then you can say type France if he has lived in France, and then you can type the status. What was his status? If he was just a visitor, you can type visitor. And from date, like say if he has lived there from 2020 till 2021, so you can type 2020 January 1st, the date from date, and you can mention to date and you can save it, and then you can come back again and click on add and add another detail for the remaining 4 years. So in my case, all the 5 years was in India for my father, so I just clicked on add once and added the detail. Now we'll move forward, save and continue. So now this question is about biometrics. It is asking, do they already have your father fingerprints and photo, and if are they valid? So if he has given a biometrics in the past 10 years, he does not need to give biometrics again. But if he has not given biometrics in the past 10 years, he need to provide it. So no, they don't have my father fingerprints and photo, and I'll click on save and continue. So this is asking who is inviting you. So who is inviting my father? So I am the one who is inviting my father. So I'll provide my details over here. So I am the representative here as well as the inviter. So I'm filling it on behalf of my father, therefore I'm representative, and I am inviting him, therefore I am the inviter as well. So this detail should belong to me also. He is my father, family member, my mailing address. I'll give my Canadian address over here. Scroll down. I'll give my cell number. Scroll down. I'll give my email address. No, nobody else has invited my father. I'm the only one who is inviting him. So I'll click on no over here. Save and continue. So this is asking how much money my father has for his visit in Canada. Let us say it is 10,000 Canadian dollar. He is visiting just for 1 month, so this should be more than sufficient. No, nobody is giving him money for his visit to Canada. If anybody is giving you money for your visit, you need to provide evidence for that. Save and continue. This question is again about the applicant. So they are asking the education history of the applicant, and this question is asking if he has studied at a post-secondary school, which means if he has done his graduation, his post-graduation. So yes, my father is a graduate, so I'll click on yes, and I'll add the details over here. I'll click on add, and I'll give university name. Let us say it is university, and then he studied from 1985 till 1988. It was bachelor's and it was in commerce. We'll give the country, which was India, address. I'm just typing anything. City, Kolkata. I'll save it. So the details will appear over here. Now this question is asking about his work history. So has he served in military, militia, civil defense units? No, he has not. You should give details of your own father over here. So now this is a very important question. People ask me about this and some people make mistake over here. So you need to give your employment details over here and remember that it should be for the past 10 years and you cannot leave any period blank. For example, if you have worked from 2015 till 2020, but for from 2020 till 2022 you have not worked, so the period your father has not worked, for example, that should go as if he is unemployed, that should go as unemployed. If he has retired, that should go under retired. I'll show that to you. So I'll click on add. I'll click on from. Say my father has worked from 1988 till 2020. So he was in, say, finance, business finance. He was finance. Again, you should look into these and according to your father's situation, you should select the correct answer. Employer, let us say anything. So here you need to describe the duties of the job. I'll just type duties. It was in India. The address was, say, this, and city was. So we have mentioned from 1988 till 2020. We still have not mentioned for 20 what he has done in 2021 and 2022. I'll go down. I'll save it. So this is one of the detail about him. I'll click on add once more because I need to fill the gap. So from 2020 Jan till, say, ongoing, he's retired. So I'll just select retired and I'll click India and I'll give a street address. I'll click on save. Scroll down and we will click on save and continue. So this question is asking if your father has visited any country in the past 5 years other than his country of citizenship, that is India. So say yes, he has visited for say a week some country, say UK. So you will mention from, to, country, UK, location, purpose of travel. So I am not filling the details right now. I'll select no. But if your father has visited any country in the past 5 years, even for one day, you need to mention that. We'll click on save and continue. So this question is asking, has your father ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of his status? No. If you need to answer according to your father's situation, he has never been refused a visa or permit. You need to remember that this question is asking about a refusal of visa or permit not just for Canada but for any country. So even if he has a refusal for US visa or UK visa, you need to click on yes and then give details. For me, I will be giving it no. Save and continue. Read these questions and answer it. For most of us, it will be no, but again, it could be different for different persons. So, according to your own situation, you should answer these questions. So, the first one is about the crime in any country. No. Arrested for any criminal offense. No. Criminal offense in any country, alcohol or drugs. No. Convicted. No. I'll click save and continue. So this is about the criminality and security questions. Again, for most of us it will be no, but again for some it could be yes. So read carefully, and these are your father like these information should be of your father. So have you ever been a member or associated with any political party? My father was not, so I'll select no. Participated in the ill treatment of prisoners or civilians? No, my father was not involved in any such thing. I'll click on save and continue. Have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC authorized panel physician? No. I'll click on save and continue. And this is a question on medical background of your father. This is of tuberculosis. So in last 2 years, were he diagnosed with tuberculosis? No. In last 5 years, did he come in contact with a person with tuberculosis? No. Save and continue. Again, these are more medical background question. He is not receiving dialysis treatment. He does not have a drug or alcohol addiction. He does not have a mental health condition, and he has never been diagnosed with syphilis. Save and continue. He is married. You need to give the date of the marriage. Let us say it was 1990. And here you need to provide your father spouse name, that is your mother. This is your mother information. So let us say her surname is Smith, her name is Mariam, and here you need to provide your mother date of birth. Say 1974, January 1st. She is an Indian, her territory of birth is India. She is a homemaker, so her present occupation is homemaker. Yes, my father and mother address is same, and yes, she will accompany my father to Canada. So I'll click yes over here. Save and continue. So this question is about your father children. So who is your father children? You are his child. So this information you need to update your details over here. So click yes and add your details. So this will be your surname. This will be your first name. This will be your date of birth. So again you need to fill your details over here. Save it. Save and continue. Now this question is asking about your father parents. This will be your grandmother information and grandfather information. So click on add and give details of your grandmother and grandfather over here. So let us say their name was Smith, name was Anthony. He is my father, he's my father's father. Date of birth, let's say it's 1950, January 1. So this parent is deceased. You need to provide date of death. Let's say it's 2013, January 1st, and he was born in India. Save it. Similarly, you need to provide your grandmother details also. I'm not doing it right now, but you should provide your grandmother details, and we'll click on save and continue. So this is asking for the native language. He's a Hindi and Urdu speaker, so I'll say Urdu. He communicates in neither English nor French, so I'll click neither, and I prefer they contact me in English. Save and continue. So this is the email address of the applicant. So give the email address where you want them to contact you. So let us say I want them to contact me on this email address. I'll confirm the above mentioned email address. I'll click on save and continue. Give the telephone number of the applicant. So telephone type other. So if you type other, select other, so you need to provide the country code. So I will be giving Indian country code, which is 91, and then this number. I'll save it. I'll click on save and continue. So now that we have completed every detail, we need to review it and make sure that every information that we have inputted is correct. So what I want you to do is that I want you to click on expand all, and I want you to read it very carefully And once you are sure that the information that you have provided is correct, you can save and continue. So read all these details. This is about documents. The size limit should be this, and these are the type of files that format that they accept. So now let us discuss about the documents that you need to upload. You need to write a letter of invitation for your father. I will show you how this document looks like. You will need to provide a national identity document of your father. Yeah, for Indians, this could be Aadhaar card. You need to provide passport of your father. You need to upload funds. This is your bank statement, your father's bank statement, your father's investments, and other details. I'll talk about this also in detail. You need to upload this form, use of representative. This is applicable because you're filling it on behalf of your father. If anybody is filling it on behalf of anyone, then they have to fill this form. So you are filling it for your parents, therefore you need to complete this form and you need to upload it. And then this marriage certificate is required. And then there is this consent personal information, which is an optional document. So now that I have shown you the list of the documents mentioned over here, I'll talk about in detail the list of the documents. So as I have mentioned, you need to provide a letter of invitation. So let me show you how letter of invitation looks like. This is a sample letter of invitation. You need to type something like this. This will indicate your name. This will indicate your date of birth. This will indicate what you are doing. So if you're a student or if you have a valid study permit, and you need to attach those copies for their reference. And after that you need to provide, like, you need to write, I provide this letter of invitation on behalf of my parents. You need to type his name. You need to indicate your father's date of birth. You need to indicate his passport number, and you need to mention your mother's name, her date of birth, her passport number, and also indicate where they live and their telephone number. After that you need to talk about why are they visiting Canada, how long will they be visiting Canada. Also mention how much, like over here, how much fund that they will be bringing, or if anybody is sponsoring them or not. So this is a sample letter of invitation. Take a look at this and write a letter of invitation for your parents. Let me get back to this document. Uh, Now that we have talked about letter of invitation, let me talk briefly about proof of fund. So you need to upload this document also. So you need to ask your father to upload his bank statement. You can have a balance certificate prepared by bank, and you can upload this document also. And you can have your father net worth prepared. A chartered accountant can prepare it. And you can have your father investment and other income sources. You can upload those documents all also. These documents you can have it in one PDF and you can upload it. Other than this, you can upload your details also. Inviter, which is you in this case. You can have your bank statement, pay slip, job letter. These all details you can have it in one PDF and you can upload it. And then you need to upload a national identity, which is Aadhaar card. You need to upload a passport of your father, and then a proof of relationship you can upload. So you can upload proof of relationship. For example, he's your father. So how will you prove it? So you can upload a birth certificate. You can upload passport where your father name will be mentioned. And since you are filling this form on behalf of your father, you need to upload this form, use of a representative. So this is filled only if you are filling it on behalf of your father. Let me show you this form as well. IMM 5476. So this is how these forms look like. You need to select this part and complete section A, B, and D. So this is section A, which is about applicant, which is your father in this case. Type your father's surname. Type your father given name over here. Add his date of birth. Scroll down. and this is about the representative. So in this case you are the representative, so add your surname over here, add your given name over here, mention friend or family member, scroll down, add the address over here, scroll down, add email over here, and this will be the signature of representative, so your signature. Sign it and give date. Scroll down, section C we are not filling it. Section D, this is the signature of applicant, your father's signature. Add date, and this will be your mother's signature, and add date. So let me go back to the document now. So if your father has a good travel history, you can upload the visa pages, the entry and exit stamps. So a good travel history will make his case strong. And next document that he can upload is a travel itinerary, purpose of visit. What is a travel itinerary? So for most people, they don't book flight tickets unless their visa is approved. So you can have an itinerary in that case, which will show your flight details and what you plan to do once you visit Canada. So your father flight details, if he has a hotel reservation, you can upload that, and you can also ask your father to take an affidavit undertaking that he will return back to his country once his stay in Canada is over. So this was the list of the documents. I briefly discussed them. I have also uploaded one video discussing exhaustively about the documents that you need for your Canada visitor visa. You should go and check that. And now let us go back to our application. So I am not uploading these documents. You need to upload all these documents, save and continue, and then you need to pay the fees, consent and declaration, and then submit it. But before that, there is one more thing that I wanted to add. So we have updated all the information of our father. So these are my father details, but I'm yet to update information for my mother. So I'll scroll down and I'll click on return to group table. So once you click over here, so this is in progress because we have not submitted it yet, and this is for my father. And now I'll click on add member. I'll give my mother details over here, and then I'll click on continue, and I'll update these details also. So I will not be updating it right now because it will be exactly similar to how we did it for the father one. So this will be exactly same. So you need to finish this also, and then you can come back and check the status. So I hope this video was useful to you, and if it was useful, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much.